Superman is back with his own animated series, and I know we're only 2 episodes in, but I love this show. And if you're a fan of Superman, you'll love it too. Let's talk about why. Spoilers ahead. Episodes 1 and 2 of My Adventures with Superman focus on introducing a young Clark Kent, the one where he knows he has powers, but he's not the best at using them yet, and he hasn't fully embraced the idea of being a hero. He just wants to be a normal guy with a normal job. But that plan immediately goes out the window when his friend Jimmy Olsen and new friend slash love interest Lois Lane get attacked by this evil woman and some robots that she stole. So now Clark has to become the Superman that we all know and love. The theme of these episodes is identity, and the more that Clark uses his powers to help people, the more that he wants to know about who he is and what his place is in this world. Don't we all? He knows that he is Clark Kent, intern at the Daily Planet and son of Martha and Jonathan Kent, but there's this other side of him that he knows exists, but that's as far as it goes. We find out why he knows so little about himself in the second episode when we get a flashback of him as a kid. His parents are taking him to the spaceship where they found him, and then the hologram of Jor-El appears and scares the heck out of him. Childhood trauma. So since then, Clark never went back to it, afraid of what he was gonna find out. But after fighting the robots in the first episode, Clark decides that now's the time to go back to the ship and, good or bad, find out who he is. Clark meets the sexy AI Jor-El again, and Jor-El implants memories of Krypton into Clark's head. And it seems like as the series goes on, Clark will unlock more and more memories the more he uses his abilities. Jor-El then gives Clark the Superman suit through a Sailor Moon-esque transformation, then Martha Kent gives him the red chonies to go over it. So now Clark is officially Superman. While Clark is dealing with all this, there's this evil lady who stole some high-tech military weapons, which include giant robots, laser guns, and some special device that we'll get to in a sec. And she's being tracked by this organization that she stole it from. You assume it's Lex Luthor targeting her because, it's a Superman show, but it's not. She meets up with this man who works for this organization, and I'm not 100% sure, but I think this man's meant to be Slade Wilson, aka Deathstroke. Let me know in the comments if I'm right or not. But then Lois Lane and Jimmy Olsen show up because they've also been tracking this evil lady, and the lady freaks out and just starts throwing hands with everybody. So at one point her and Deathstroke are fighting, and she activates this device on her back that gives her electric powers. A crazy lady with electric powers? She's Livewire! Ah, plot twist! So Livewire is going off. She's about to kill Jimmy and Lois by throwing a truck at him, but then Superman catches it. And then he and Livewire get in a nice big tussle before Superman's able to remove the device from her back, which takes away her powers. And then Superman does something that I rarely see in superhero anything, and that is clean up the mess that he made during the fight. Like, I'm sure the citizens really appreciated that. But while Superman is cleaning, Deathstroke kidnaps Livewire, and then the episode ends with Livewire being tortured for information by Deathstroke and his bosses, Amanda Waller, and a general who I assume is Lois Lane's father. And the information that they want the most? Who is Superman? So I'm loving this show so far because Superman is perfect. He's kind, he's caring, he's adorable, he's exactly what you want from this character. And he's voiced incredibly by Jack Quaid, who you may recognize as Huey from another superhero show called The Boys. Yeah, him. My favorite part in these episodes is when Superman's running to work and he's kind of panicking, he's real nervous, but then he sees a cat in a tree. And without even thinking about it, he rescues the cat and returns it to its owner and then just goes back to what he was doing like nothing happened. That's what I love about Superman. He's a being with godlike power. He can do whatever he wants, but his first instinct is to use those powers to help people. It's not even a question for him, he just does it. He represents what humanity should be, those with great power helping those without, bringing them up. It's something that I wish we had more of in the real world. I love Lois Lane, I think she's a great character. She is really impulsive to the point where it's dangerous, but one, that gives her room to grow, and two, I like that she knows what she wants, and by God, nothing's gonna stand in her way. She doesn't settle. She doesn't just want to be the girl that gets the coffee. No. She wants to be the best journalist in the world. She don't care about your coffee, and I admire that about her. And her and Clark's little crushes on each other is pretty cute. I really hope they don't rush that. Just let the romance simmer. Jimmy Olsen, that's my spirit animal. Super geeky, into aliens and Bigfoot, stuff like that. And he's adorable, like me. I thought Livewire was super cool, especially since these episodes kept her identity a secret until they revealed that she was Livewire. Like, that was awesome. I thought it was cool how she got her powers, but I don't know now that the device is gone if she still has her powers, but I hope to see her again. I feel like there's a lot of damage she still has to do. Now, I'm not attracted to men, but let's be honest. This is the sexiest version of Jor-El in any Superman universe. Look at him. Muscles, epic hair, an eye patch with a scar underneath? That's why Krypton was destroyed. This dude's sex appeal vaporized it. The only character I'm not sure about is Deathstroke. I don't know how I feel about the evil anime guy look that they gave him, you know, with the hair covering the one eye. He's very suave, and the way he talks, it sounds like he's playing games with you. It's not what I picture when I think of Deathstroke. It conflicts with my idea of what Deathstroke is supposed to be. Don't get me wrong, I think the character in the show is cool, and if the character isn't Deathstroke, then for sure he is cool. But if it is supposed to be Deathstroke, it's gonna take some time for me to get used to this, because this is a completely different Deathstroke than I've ever seen. I'd have to say the coolest thing about My Adventures with Superman is the anime influence. Obviously in how the show is drawn, like in character designs and all that, but also the anime influence in the action. When Superman gets his suit, for example, it's a Sailor Moon-like transformation, and I have a love-hate relationship with that transformation. One, because the transformation is mostly used lately as a joke, so that's the only way I see it right now. But love, because it looked so dang cool when Superman did it. You also see the influence in the fight sequences, because one, they're super fast-paced and entertaining, but there's also moments when Superman's trying to do something and he starts to power up, like the logo and his eyes start to light up, and then he gets faster and stronger, just much like an anime. I hope we see more of that as the season goes on, and maybe even get like an anime-style transformation for Superman. Like, that would be really cool. So I absolutely love My Adventures with Superman so far, but what do you think about it? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more, do the Ménage à Trois, click on the box right here, and I'll see you in the next video.